Hey everyone, Erin here. Filming this Saturday night for you to watch Sunday, which makes this glass of wine totally appropriate, even though you're probably drinking coffee or tea right now. Today, I chose summer. So basically, it was a beautiful, beautiful day here. And even though this is, I guess, the first weekend of what is technically fall. Hang on, I got the camera is moving. There we go. Turn the moving camera off. Okay, so it is technically fall, but today was a gorgeous, hot, wonderful day. Soak it up kind of day. So instead of doing all the things I planned, I actually planned like a massive garden overhaul that I was going to create a video from. What I did instead was just do a light cleanup of the garden because we have a garden guest coming this week. I suspect next weekend you will find out who it was on their channel. I will just leave you a tantalizing little tip. It is someone who has been here before, who is visiting again. Anyway, so I just did like light cleanup in the garden, a little bit of planting, and then we went sailing. And we went sailing for fun, not for racing, which is a totally different kind of thing. And it was wonderful, and it was very summery, and it's probably the last sail of the year. And like, I think by now, if you've been watching for any amount of time, you probably know that I am a big lover of summer. And I'm already starting to get the fall stress. Like I'm already starting to get like the tense shoulders and neck thing that I get in fall. Feeling very stressed out about various things. And so today I just decided I have all these things I should be doing. And instead what I'm going to do is enjoy something I'm not going to be able to enjoy for several months. So all of that is to say that explains the hair and everything else. And the fact that I'm filming this on Saturday evening. In fact, we're burning daylight big time. So this is going to have to be a very quick tour. But I'm going to show you some of the things I worked on today. Few interesting things in the garden. I'll tell you what I'm up to tomorrow. And then we're going to move on. All right, so let's go for a stroll. Well, first of all, I think you should all enjoy the urn in the middle of the garden while you can, because I'm pretty sure that is changing up very soon here. Those of you who hate the dog fennel, Eupatorium elegant feathers, will be happy to know that we are going to change this out for fall. So, and it is looking a little tired right now, even I will admit that. But one of the more controversial things I've planted in a garden, I didn't expect that, but so it is. Anyway, that's probably coming out. I went through and I had to re-stake a bunch of dahlias because things are getting really tall now. And I deadheaded everything. So while it looks like there are fewer flowers, the flowers that are here are nice. So, excuse me, and flowers don't last as long when the weather gets cool at night like this. So they go pretty quick. But Crichton honey, I mean, we keep talking about it, but I mean, I just have to say, just tried and true, just, you know, does so well and so pretty. And we're still getting these nice color variations. Pretty soon they're going to start turning all sort of light yellow, which is, you know, not optimal. Over here on the, you know, where we're supposed to have like a ton of dahlias and still don't, I will just say that this, I think it's called Buttercup, this little pom-pom dahlia, which I'm just absolutely in love with. Like, listen, it took a long time to bloom this year, but I'm giving it a pass because everything did. I am absolutely 100% totally head over heels in love with this dahlia. And I haven't picked any. It's hard not to pick them because they're so darn cute. But I do want this border to just be full of them, and I love it. Up here, we've got several Bloomquist Jean blooms. Okay. Well, let me just, I'm going to say that is approaching, well, it's certainly 7 feet tall, maybe 8. And they're so beautiful. And I'm just going to leave them. I was going to cut them, put them okay, but there's lots more coming. They're so pretty. Whatever. I've got I mean, if you back up here, you can see it's pretty much the tallest dahlia over here on the border. And you know what? I'm going to forgive it for that because those flowers are so good. Let me show you what I did today, then we'll talk about what I'm doing tomorrow. Oh, look at this. There's a dahlia coming up through this window box right here. Do you see this guy right here? Boop, right there. I don't know who that is. Actually, I think that might be Bloomquist Jean. It was a very good tuber producer for me, so I actually planted a lot of them. I bet that's Bloomquist Jean there too. Anyway, let's head over here so we can talk over here. So I did a bit of work today. So one thing I did was I cut back a lot of Nicotiana that was just done. Lots of seed heads. I shook them around in there, so we might get some reseeding. But I cut back a ton of them because they were just kind of messy, and they won't flower anymore this year. They'll be done. And then in this part of the garden over here, I had planted earlier this year. Let me see if we can actually get in there so I can show you. It is getting dark quick, guys. I think this is Canary Cordial. Oh my goodness. Are we so dark here? Kind of. Canary Cordial Ajuga. So I got some more of them yesterday and I planted them throughout here. You can see they're kind of dotted throughout here because I thought that's just a really good ground cover underplanting here. Then, let me move you up. Came over here and on this border here, by the way, I have a sprinkler running over here right now. Because it's so dry. So on this border here, this Nepeta border, which is, this lady's mantle border that is dotted with Nepeta, over on this corner of it, down here, this I had planted with some Sun Sparkler, I think it's Sun Sparkler Dazzler sedum. I pulled out, I think all of them except for maybe one at the back there. And I've replanted those today, and I cut them all back, so you can't even see them in here. But I put them all over here on this side, which will be quite pretty over here. And what I'm going to do over here is, because I decided that it was just weird that the ladies' mantle border just kind of abruptly ended there. So we're going to fill in the ladies' mantle border all the way to here, so that it covers this entire area without any interruption, basically. Oh, this is what I was afraid of. Do you see what's happening over here? We've got sprinkler antics happening. Oh, Darwin. Anyway. So the Nepeta is blooming again, or close to. This is probably the third, easily the third bloom, maybe even the fourth. So this is Nepeta Cat's Meow that's planted throughout this border here, right? Here's what I'm thinking about doing. This is the Lemon Perfection, which I continuously call Lemon Queen, which was all wrong. mixing up two new Proven Winners Nepetas in one video. In the video rating all the new plants I planted. This is, Lemon Perfection. I am thinking about swapping out all of the Cat's Meow that's in this border for this one, which would bring a little bit more chartreuse and maybe a little bit more rhythm to this border. And so I've got this one. This is still in the container, but I'm considering plopping that in right here. And then I will just divide some of this great Nepeta that I have here. There's no reason to buy any more. It easily divides. And I'll fill in this area down here where it had the sedum and move that over here. This, I guess I'm learning that in my area, fall is the time for roses, because here is, I think this is Renaissance Crema. This is a Proven Winners rose. And it has done nothing all year. And then all of a sudden I looked over the other day. Now this rose is just about shot, but it's a beautiful rose. It has a delightful scent, and it's done nothing all year until right now. So I think for me, it's just that fall is when roses do their thing. In spring, they get very eaten up often by sawfly larvae or something else. And yet here we are in fall, and they're looking beautiful. And actually, the last week I showed you the Rise Up Lilac Days Climber. That's out of flower again now, but it'll probably flower more, and it looked beautiful last week. So I just did a lot of sprucing up in advance of said person, who I shall not name, coming in this week. But again, this dahlia is still looking good. Starting to get a bit of a lean. I'm totally okay with that. Oh, also over here, I planted today. I can get you down here. I planted, if you see, like here and here, I planted Pure Joy sedum. I think that's the sedum that was growing here, I'm pretty sure. And it looks so pretty that I decided I'd just fill up this whole corner of this bed. You can see I was planting here, obviously. That I just fill up this whole corner of the bed with that. Because, you know, like that's, like when you find a plant that's happy there and is looking good, just plant more of it, right? Like you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Speaking of not reinventing the wheel, we shall look at the beautiful Kelgi Ann dahlia. This beautiful water lily form. I gotta make some bouquets. So pretty. You know, dahlia, like I said, dahlias do not last long at this time of year, but they sure are pretty. Over here, I did stand up some dahlias because there was a lot of things just flopping more. We're not even going to talk about this wreck of a colocasia over here. It's really bad. I'm going to actually turn this sprinkler off while it's over here. This is bold taking the camera in by the sprinkler. But I've been watering since probably probably 3 hours now. Anyway, so that was mostly what I worked on was, and then I had to also pull thistle in the border between the neighbors and us. Pulling thistle is not the thing to do with thistle, and I was reminded of that today, but also I'm not going to sit there and look at thistle. So if you're not going to sit there and look at it, and it's not the right time of year to do some sort of application of herbicide, which it's not really, what are you going to do but pull them? So I just pulled a bunch of them. So I do have my car backed in. Couldn't even remember if I backed in or not. We got focus problems because it's so dark. But let me just show you. So yesterday I went down to what's called Grass Day at Intrinsic Perennials. So that is Brent Horvath's wholesale nursery. And every year he holds what he calls Grass Day, which is a whole event centered around appreciating grasses. And he always has speakers. And I've never been able to go to it because I always have, I'm always on a deadline at this time of year before I go to a big event that was related to my old job. And now that I'm in my new job, this year I could actually go, and it was absolutely delightful. So I did pick up a few plants. Then I stopped at Home Depot on the way home and I picked up a few plants there too. I'll just run through quickly what's been added to the stash, although I planted some stuff today, obviously. So right here is purple lovegrass, Eragrostis, spectabilis, I think. I lost a bit of it, and this is for that area that I was going to redo. This is Pretty Parasols Echinacea. I think I've been telling you that I was planning on getting more, and I did. Up here is Hula Dancer Echinacea, which I have a different spot for. And this is actually a Rudbeckia called, oh gosh, I better get the tag out because I'll forget. This is Sweet as Honey. And this is a Brent Horvath introduction. Since I was at his nursery, it was a good spot to pick it up. Sweet as Honey. It's a Black-Eyed Susan. It's a little shorter. Here's what it says. Sprays of smaller yellow flowers are easy on the eyes when they begin in July. Noticeably thinner and disease-resistant foliage is also refreshing in their strong basal arrangement. Hairy green stems grow 18 inches plus or minus, depending on the soil. Smaller black cones, mostly upright. Overall upright, smaller and lighter both in presence and color. So that's for the area that was planning on sort of digging up and redoing today. And then when I was at Home Depot, they had some asters, so I grabbed those. They had some very nice kale, so I grabbed those. They also had some blanket flower, and they always put their alliums on sale at this time of year. So these are like, I don't know if they're not quite gallon pots. They're like whatever size perennial pot Home Depot does their stuff in. Anyway, I did this last year too. They're $6. So I'm on an alien bender, so I might as well continue with that. So here's what's happening. Here, I'll show you. Turn this around in a second, but we need to stop this video because it's getting so dark. Anyway, for one moment, let's just appreciate this guy who's just glowing, which is Indian Dune geranium, which will come in with me. That will make the cut. Not a lot of things are going to make the cut to come inside this year, but that will. Okay, so let me tell you what the plan is for tomorrow and what a lot of those plants are doing sitting there. So tomorrow, our downtown is doing a thing where members of the downtown business district can essentially do a planter. So we've got beautiful, beautiful planters downtown. And normally the city just hires somebody to come plant them all up and then they maintain them. But for fall, I think there was 11 of the planters that they allowed businesses to adopt and then plant whatever they want in them. And then the rest of them, the city will do. So there is going to be a container competition. So tomorrow, my mom and I, we're going to do one of them. I think I will bring the camera along and we will record all this. So you will see. I'm just going to tell you right now, going into this, that I don't anticipate doing well in this because it's going to be by popular vote. So a week from today or October 1st, whenever that is, they're going to do allow people to start voting on them. And this coincides with the big fall festival that's happening downtown. And so people are going to vote on them. There's QR codes. I don't know exactly how it's all going to work. I don't expect to win, to be honest, because we're just going to do a really pretty fall planter. And what I anticipate some people will do, which will be a big hit with the people, which is great, will be something really Halloween themed or something really kids are going to love because you are able to use lights in them as long as they're battery operated or solar. We're not doing any of that. We're just doing a really pretty fall planter. At least that's the intention. We don't know exactly what we all have to work with, but I picked up a few things like you saw. So that is what is happening tomorrow. So we need to load up my car tonight so I'm ready to go for that tomorrow. And it will be fun, and I intend on hopefully making a video. I just found out today that our planter is outside the coffee shop / bakery that is only open on the weekends. That is loaded on Sundays. So we're going to be right in front of a super busy business tomorrow, which is going to be odd when I'm running a camera, but we'll figure it out. So that is what's happening. I'm excited about it. I am competitive to a fault. Darwin. So I actually try not to put myself in these sort of competitive gardening situations because it's Darwin. Shh, quiet. Because it's not really pretty. It's not pretty. It's not flat. I cannot contain myself when there is a competition involved in something. So I'm going to try to just be very, I'm trying to get the right perspective on this. Hey, I'm trying to get the right perspective on this, which is we're going to create a container that we think is really pretty, and it probably won't be the one that's popular with people in general, and that's okay. Putting on my Zen face now. So that's what's happening tomorrow. So I'm loading up some of those plants tonight so that that's all done because this is happening early in the morning, and we will see, and I hope I will have a video of that for you. So that covers most of the changes in the garden. I'll just say that it's been super, super dry still. We had a little bit of rain last week, but not really enough to make a big difference. And things are looking crispy and aged and frankly not great. And that's okay because it's the end of the season and I will appreciate any bit of color and interest that the garden could give me, even if it's not the color and interest that I'd be satisfied with if this were happening a month ago. All right, have a great day in your garden. Thank you for watching. Sorry for this sort of short-ish garden stroll, but that's basically what's changed since last week and you watched this. So appreciate you watching these videos. And cheers to your coffee or whatever you're drinking right now. Oh, and the mosquitoes are coming out, so it's time to go in. Have a great day in your garden, everybody. See you soon. Bye-bye.